Why, hello there. Hello everybody. Hi there. I'm just trying to make sure everything is set up. It's kind of weird because I'm streaming and it's like super bright outside, and so my lights are a little too bright. Hi there, Sophia. Um, that looks pretty good. Hello, Agnes. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. I'm just kind of like moving my mic a little bit here. Okay, I think everything is pretty set up on my end. Oh, can you guys see my monitor? No, you can't. Okay. You love my shirt? Thank you. I think it's pretty cute. I like it too. Hello there, Bobtail Trucker. You all may have noticed I just released a YouTube video. So I did just do that. I feel like it's probably a bad idea to it's probably a bad idea to release a video and stream like really close together. I don't know about that. Like some other people do that. So maybe it's, maybe it's kosher. Maybe it's fine. Who knows? I don't know. Hi there, Crazy Kenny. Hello everybody. I am here and I know it's been a little bit since a stream. This is going to be a short stream today, unfortunately. Let me pop out chat so that I can look over at the camera. Give me a second. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Recently found my channel. Hope all is well. Thank you, Skylar. Hello and welcome. I appreciate you for your support. Yeah, welcome to all the, like, if you're watching and you're a new subscriber, you found me recently because of the story about Marcy, then hello and welcome, and thank you so much for the recent support and the sharing of that video. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff happening very close together and stuff. Hey there, Amber. Glad you're here. Becca, hello. Florence, hello. Yeah, nice to see you all. Yeah, please like the stream, get the things going. I'm going to be streaming just for a little bit here. It's going to be a shorter stream today because it is beautiful. It is gorgeous outside. And I need to go outside and like enjoy the weather and enjoy it, because it's been really rainy lately where I live, and like the nice days have been few and far between. And so like I really need to go enjoy that. This is a day off for me. Normally I work on Sundays, but I did not have to open today, which was incredible. Normally I open every Sunday and it's torture because I stay up late and it's hard for me to get up early. So being able to sleep in today was incredible. I'm gonna crack open a sparkling water. You probably just heard that. I apologize if that was sudden. Luna, hello. Peta, hello. Sweet Dream, hello. Ian, hello. Vitamin D3, aka Sunshine, is calling. Yes. Do I work at a store? I work in the food business. I work in a food thing. I don't want to give too many specifics because honestly, I feel like it's kind of unsafe for me to be sharing too much information about like where I work and live. But yeah, I'm in the food business. I am sipping on the 365 Whole Food Market ginger sparkling water. It's delicious. If you've never had sparkling water, I love it. I drink a ton of sparkling water because I don't drink soda or pop or whatever you want to call it. I just don't drink that stuff. I stopped drinking it in high school. Probably one of the best things I've ever done for myself, and I love sparkling water. It's delicious. Hello there. I don't want to thank you for the compliment, Whaley. I don't want to say your first name. I'm afraid I'm gonna be dead naming you because it kind of sounds like you might be trans femme, but like pre-transition. I don't know. I always get really concerned about people like having their dead name as their username, and so I'm a little hesitant sometimes to. Yeah. So anyway, thank you. I love this outfit here. I'll kind of show the whole thing in a second. Miller, hello, welcome. Alex, hello. Dungeon Factory work where sunlight is a suggestion. Oh, okay, hold on. So, outfit. It's just this. It's just like short and this top, which I think is kind of cute. Ignore my that freaking lighting from the outside made you could see all of the cellulite on my legs. You could see all of it, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm working on it actually. I've been working out like every morning almost, like 5 days a week. I just do like a really short, like 20, 30-minute workout, do a little bit of stretching and then the workout. And that has been fantastic so far. I've been really enjoying it. Actually, I've started drinking like, yeah, I have a fairy tale tattoo, and I also have, um, I'm in the Midwest, so I have full metal tattoo. You can see, and then I have a fairy tale guild symbol. Those are my only tattoos. I would love more, but money is hard to get. Um, Started meal prep and doing gym also starting this week. Yeah, so I started doing my morning work. I have a morning workout. I just wake up an hour earlier and it gives me plenty of time. I do my morning workout and then I chug like a 50-gram protein shake. Um, and that like kind of keeps me full actually a lot of the day. So it's helping me curb the eating and snacking. Like yeah. So yeah, thank you all for the compliments. I appreciate you all very much. But yeah, I'm in Ohio. Hello, Brittany. Miller, I'm trans mask and I love your videos. You are so cute to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the kind words. Thank you all. We can talk about politics here in a second. I normally just start blabbing about like whatever. Since I last saw you all on stream, I went to a Fire and Flow festival in Georgia and it was incredible. I had a wonderful time. It was super nice to like return to nature and just get to enjoy flow arts, which if you don't know what that is, it's like prop manipulation or like it's like circus sideshow performance stuff. A lot of it has to do with fire. So it's like when you see fire spinners in a sideshow act, that's the kind of thing that I work on. But there's also like day spinning, which is like not fire. And it's hard to explain to people that have never been into it, but like flow arts or fire spinning are the common nomenclature, what we usually call what I do. And it was really lovely to get in like the festivals are like you like camp and you go to workshops and there's performances and there's a fire circle. And I haven't been in like 6 years. I was super nervous. Everyone was really kind. It was a wonderful time. There were hot showers. The campground had hot showers, had like flushing toilets. It was the most incredible like bougie camping experience, like glamping for real. Like it was so wonderful. I had an amazing time. I got a little tan and it was nice. It was so freaking nice. So I'm happy to be back. I'm going to another one in like a month. And then I'm probably going to go to another one in like a month and then probably one in August. And I'm very happy to be back into the in the thing, in the circuit. There was a Flow Art Fest in Georgia. Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones actually. It's called Flame. It's pretty poppin'. I've actually been at I think I started going to Flame like either the first year it started or the year after it started. Like I was around when Flame was like a baby festival. It was just a wee hatchling. It was just it was interesting. They changed campgrounds since I last went, which was awesome because it's way better. So I'm happy 80 to 90% of truck driving voters are getting exactly what they voted for, less freight in this unstable environment. Yeah, I sort of feel like the accelerationism is growing in me, except for like certain things. Certain things I want to get worse for people because then it'll help wake them up. But also there's a lot of things that I don't want to get worse for people because there are some things that are happening right now that are incredibly concerning. Let me see here. Even the Bears were fab. I'll be at EDC Las Vegas in May. Nice. Sounds like a good trip. Good to take a break. Okay, so anyway, we can talk about politics if you guys want. There's not honestly, there's not a lot to talk about in terms of actual politics right now, just because we are in the midst of in an incredibly uncertain time. I think this is probably I don't I really shy away from hyperbole. Like, I'm very careful about what I say most of the time. I feel like we are in territory, like, this is probably the most unstable the United States has been for probably since like the Civil War. This is such unstable times. Like, it's really concerning. And a lot of the stuff that's going on right now with Trump and with the Supreme Court and defying court orders, and it's like we're trying to use our checks and balances, but the executive branch just doesn't care. Um, and we're sort of just waiting to see what happens. Are U.S. Marshals going to get involved? Are we going to see contempt of court charges? Are we going to see, like, what are we going to see? Because something has to give, right? Like, either democracy is going to completely collapse, or we're going to see some form of enforcement, or something happen that kind of reins in the executive branch and forces them to do whatever um, the courts order them to do, which is how it's supposed to work. But I, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. As far as I can tell, there are two courses of action. Either no one does anything. If the executive branch does not hit a brick wall and does not quit. I don't shit all over me. You're gonna get fur all over me. He's losing his winter coat and it's just getting everywhere. It's crazy. Got so much fur. You're a fuzzy boy. You're a fuzzy boy. Yes, you are. You're such a fuzzy boy. Yes, you are. So if the executive branch does not hit a brick wall, it'll just keep going, and we will devolve into complete authoritarianism, complete dictatorship. That will be the future of the country if nothing stops them. Like, honestly, if no one stops them, I think we are heading towards the potential future of seeing, like, people deported for like even literal, like, US citizens by birth. I think we will see people like that deported eventually, and see people sent to prison camps for being political enemies to the administration. It's we aren't already there. I mean, like, that's the thing, is that we're we're here, we're in this moment, and it's like we can't, there's we're in the middle of the response. Fred, I can't have you rubbing against my back. You're gonna get fur all over me. You're gonna get fur all over me. I can't have you doing that. Okay. But yeah, the uh the situation we find ourselves in is incredibly concerning. And so the other option, in case, if the executive branch does get stopped, would be contempt of court. There would be potentially US Marshals deployed to try to, like, here's the thing. It's like Trump can order whatever and bulldoze all the opposition, but he's, at the end of the day, a figurehead. Now, he's a figurehead everyone's kowtowing to right now, and he's a figurehead that everyone is just completely bending to his will. But, like, if US Marshals get involved, they can force enforcement at lower levels. Like, maybe Trump orders something ridiculous, but then the US Marshals get involved at a lower level, and they're able to enforce, the stopping of those crazy orders, those dictatorial orders. But I don't know. We have to see. As far as I can tell right now, like, there are certain judges who are building up a case for contempt, because, like, right now, the thing about the judiciary is that, like, they need to be really solid. Like, they have to have an absolute solid case for contempt, because if it goes up to the Supreme Court, it needs to be crystal clear. It needs to be absolutely crystal clear what's going on. And that's kind of the scary thing, is that like we're waiting because there's just sort of this thing happening right now where courts are getting like completely ignored, and judges are sort of on this line of like, okay, is this contempt? Is this not contempt? Because obviously the administration keeps throwing excuses out. Like, oh, we didn't ignore your order, blah, 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 blah. Like they have some excuse. They always have an excuse. And for a minute now, for probably a couple weeks at least, that has been enough to cause judges pause and make them wonder, like, okay, are they actually ignoring the orders? Are these excuses legitimate? Like, what is going on here? And I think lately I've seen a lot of judges come forward and say, okay, no, they are ignoring our orders. Like they are completely blatantly defying the courts. And, you know, I think that is an important step forward. And I think the next step would be seeing some contempt of court charges brought forward. Um, yeah. I saw that a judge approved 6 people to get their gender they identify as to be put on their passports. That's a plus. I saw that too. I saw that there was a court ruling. I'm sorry, things have been so crazy. I did not look into the full thing, but I saw that there was a court case over the passport stuff, and I saw that the ruling was that they're not allowed to change gender markers, and they're not allowed, like they basically blocked that entire thing, which would be fantastic if the administration actually listened to the courts. So we are in this super weird area, but you know, I do find it really heartening that Erin in the Morning has a story on it. I'm absolutely sure she does. And that's probably where I saw the headline, honestly, but I just have not had time between work and everything that's going on. I mean, there are so many. I'm sure you're all aware. There's so many things happening every day. It's kind of nonstop. It's the flood the zone strategy. They've kept it up for a long time. But Fred, stay on your blanket, buddy. I don't want you against my back because you're gonna get fur all over me. Good boy. He's a goofy boy. He's a goofy goober boy. Yes, he is. Oh, he's such a sweet boy. He's such a sweet boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are. Okay. 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 All right. All right, Fred. Um, let's see here. When you flood the zone with all angles, you eventually run out of water to be effective in the long run. Yeah, I think we are we are seeing essentially the floods the zone strategy backfire in a lot of ways. I'm sure you have all seen. We can talk about polling numbers here in a minute. Let me see what you're all saying here. Like a never-ending garbage dump. Yes, for real. Freddy saving us from doom. Yeah, he's being such a sweet boy. He's getting fur everywhere. You can probably see it on the camera, just like flying in the air and coming off him. I'm gonna have to lint roll myself after stream. Nice dress. It is not a dress, but thank you. Oh, Fred, that was loud. It's just a top. It's just a shirt. See, it ends right here. I'm wearing shorts. Trump's first quarter approval, his approval's below 45, I'm pretty sure at this point. Is that the most recent polling, Amber? Because I'm pretty sure that's not. I'm pretty sure it's lower than that. Hi from Italy. Hey, Italy, yay. I'm Italian. I want to go to Italy sometime. It's part of my heritage, you know. 43%. Yeah, I have to double check. I just saw the recent numbers come out, and essentially he's dropped immensely. Like if you look at like especially things like the economy, people blaming him for the economy, it's pretty wild. He had a net positive approval rating on the economy for a long time, but now like 54% of Americans believe Trump is to blame for the current state of the economy, and that number just keeps going up. People are not buying the line that it's like Biden's economy or whatever. And I think that's just because he's been so plain spoken about the tariffs and about you read my surname, such Italian. Yeah. Um People always like never know how to say my name correctly. It's kind of funny. But anyway, people saw what was going on with the tariffs. They saw the direct result of that, and it's definitely causing people to realize that like Trump is trying to do stuff for the economy, but in a bad way. Like he's doing the wrong thing. Freddie, what do you want? You want to play a little? Yeah, he wants to play a little, so I'm just gonna. But yeah, his polling numbers are cratering in every single aspect. It's pretty wild. The amount of protests we're seeing, it's pretty wild. Like everything is moving in a direction where opposition is mounting against the administration. And that's good to see. It's just really hard to figure out like where the enforcement mechanisms come in. Like that's really the one thing that's preventing us from completely halting what the administration is doing, is that like the enforcement mechanisms are really unclear. And like we've never really been in this situation before, right? Like we've never had a president so blatantly ignore the courts and so blatantly do whatever they want, like without Congress, like signing into effect so many things and essentially bypassing the power of the purse in Congress to shut down entire agencies that were supposed to be funded, and shutting down programs and cutting programs that firing workers illegally. Like we are seeing so much overreach of power, and they just quite frankly don't care what the courts say. And so this is unprecedented ground. This is really really wacky territory, and that's why it's kind of hard to it's really hard to commentate on what's going on right now, because like what do you say? Like you can make a prediction about the future, but it's really hard to have any idea what's true and what's not and what's going to be our future. Like we just don't know. So it's really tough. Like I really don't know what else to say about the current state of things. We honestly, for most people, my recommendation is like if you can get out to these hands-off protests or these 50-51 protests that are happening. Those are two groups that have been organizing and doing consistent protests, and I think that is really important. If your representative is still doing town halls, get out to those town halls, say something, do something. And then more importantly, organize locally at a local level. Find any people you can find in your community, whether it's just a support group, whether it's an actual political thing like DSA or whatever it is. Get involved. We need people. We need to convert this anger and this fear into political action. The only thing that can stop what's going on right now is mass mobilization. I mean, like absolutely mass mobilization. Like we need that happening at incredibly grand scales. And if we do that, and if we get everything going, I mean, like the courts can be emboldened by seeing public pressure. Like if the courts realize that everyone's super pissed off about what's going on with the administration, it might embolden them. Like, hey, let's get these contempt charges going. Let's get the U.S. Marshals involved. Let's try to enforce this stuff. And then they know that they have public sentiment on their side. There's a lot going on, but I really recommend just trying to do what you can to be involved, to be politically activated, and hopefully things end up going in the direction that we want to see. Like, hopefully we see contempt charges, hopefully we see impeachment charges, hopefully we see something happen, or something happen rather. I don't know why I just did past tense right there. You went to one yesterday in Ann Arbor. I'm proud of you. Thank you for getting involved and being engaged. I appreciate you so much. That's really, really wonderful of you. Um, all we need is one honest judge and a police chief with balls to enforce an arrest warrant for the POTUS. Um, I'm pretty sure he can't be arrested. I'm pretty sure he could try to pardon himself if he was arrested. I don't know if arresting is going to be the way to go. Like I said before, I think the sorry, I just read this really this unhinged chatter at the bottom of my chat. That's so wild. Um so I think what we need to do, the reason he's not being arrested, by the way, for the chatter that asked, is because of the Supreme Court decision that essentially says that the president, if he feels like he's acting in an official capacity, gets like in complete immunity from any of that stuff. So, no criminal charges, nothing can be done. It's all like he's protected. So that's so funny. Anyway, so besides arresting him, what we can do is we can target the people who are underneath him, who are, responding to these orders. Like we can maybe the president is immune to prosecution and all that stuff, but no one underneath him shares that immunity. And so I think that that's again why the enforcement mechanism is important, because like if we focus on Trump, it's going to kind of hit a brick wall. But if we focused on all the other people underneath him, maybe he's going to completely remain unhinged, but other people are going to geez, this unhinged chatter under here is completely unhinged. Yeah, I don't think I need FFS. I've had like 50 people tell me that if I didn't tell them I was trans, they wouldn't know. I haven't been misgendered in like a year, maybe a year and a half. So not a year and a half, like a year, I would say. So, you can have fun with that, like it's definitely not been a year since I've been misgendered, but it happens so infrequently. It's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not gonna focus on it. It really doesn't matter to me. Freddie, Freddie, begging for attention. He's like, you need to give me attention. Give me all the attention. Give me the attention. Can I remove the Palestinian scarf? No, free Palestine. What the? You think that I'm endorsing genocide? Hell no. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna stop responding to that person. I just got distracted because their first message was so unhinged. It was like, you need a brow bone shave and a brow lift. Like, geez, that's a way to start a conversation. I've seen cis women with bigger brow bones than most men I've seen. Neanderthal glamour shots. Yeah, like I'm for real. Like I've seen I've seen cis women who have a bigger brow bone than me. Like I've seen it in real life. So I really don't don't care. Oh, you know, we're getting some like a hate raid probably because there's like multiple people that are popping in being hateful or whatever. But I don't care. You know, the trolls sit in the background. They engage with me, and that actually helps my channel. Like all of these hateful people, by chatting, by watching all this stuff, like your hate makes me stronger. It builds my power. It grows my strength. Like you are building my platform on top, like you are letting me step on you and rise to new heights using your body as a ladder, as a staircase. Like I'm literally just climbing on top of the power that you are giving me. So I you know, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And probably a lot of these hate engagement people are bots anyway. Like a lot of them are probably like Russian bots, um or I mean, if they're real people, then I hate to say it, but they live like incredibly sad lives. Can you imagine spending even 10 minutes in someone's YouTube chat trying to be a hateful, ignorant person? Like, like how sad must their lives be to like have to spend actual time from their life oh, you're not valid because and you're actually so blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, just 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 I wish you well. I hope that you find peace and you learn and grow and mature into someone who's a respectable person, because clearly you're not. You know, clearly you're not. So I love sparkling water so much. I love it. Sparkling water is amazing. This stuff is really good. I kind of wish it was like a ginger ale and not just ginger flavored, but even if like literally just being ginger flavored is really good. Freddie, are you chewing on cords down there? Don't do that, buddy. Don't do that. He used to do that when he was younger, and kind of calmed down over time, but yeah, yeah, yeah. So the only supremacy I believe in is sparkling water supremacy. Yo, that is actually the most true thing I've ever read in my entire life. Uh, that's so true. That's amazing. I love sparkling water, and it's actually better than you know, like soda. It's delicious. Okay. Going to engage now just to tell you that you are loved and those haters give you even more power. Thank you. And thank you all for the outpouring of support. I appreciate it. It definitely makes me feel like people have my back while people are, you know, flooding the chat with hateful garbage or whatever. So thank you all very much for that. I appreciate that a ton. Um so yeah, politically right now, Trump is completely fumbling the ball. He's just enacting his dictatorial passions or desires, and they're losing approval rating faster than they can believe. Um, everything is, the administration is just crumbling, and yet we don't know what the future is going to be like. We don't know what is going to happen. We don't know. So, yeah, I'm unsure of what to talk. Normally, I have a ton of stuff to talk about, and I can talk for like 4 hours about politics. I'm struggling with that because at a national level, there, it's kind of wild. I don't know if you all saw there. Aaron in the Morning put out a report, and essentially there have been 850 anti-trans bills. I can't remember if it was anti-trans or anti-LGBTQ. Like, I don't remember if it was specifically anti-trans or if it was all LGBTQIA folks or whatever. But essentially 850 freaking bills introduced. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's the most ever. The most ever in a single year. By a long shot too. By like a big margin. I think by at least 200. Maybe even 300. So we are in the midst of a battle, specifically in my state right now. I live in Ohio, for those of you who don't know. And oh, Freddy. Oh, Freddy, you're making it so hard for me to focus because you're so cute and you want so much love and affection. He making it so difficult for me to focus on what I want to talk about. Wow, you have so much fur, Freddy. You are shedding so freaking much. Um, in my state, in Ohio, there is a budget bill coming up, and because there are only like one or two people in the legislature that are hateful, but they sponsor these bills and they get them going, and they've realized over the years that it's basically impossible for them to get passed as a standalone bill, or for it to get passed as like a bill that just like by itself. Anti-trans legislation usually doesn't actually do well in a vote unless you live in a deep red state. So what they are trying to do is they're trying to put I'm sorry, I'm like struggling to focus today. It's hard. Freddie is making this really difficult, and then it's just like it's a conflagration. What's the word? It's a I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff all together. It's making it hard for me to focus. So anyway, in Ohio, they are essentially trying to pass a budget bill that has a bunch of anti-trans legislation in it. So the budget bill itself has anti-trans legislation like provisions like shoved into it, which is incredibly disgusting. That is a super underhanded tactic, essentially trying to put the hateful legislation in something unassuming so that they can a cavalcade. Oh, that's a good word. I think that might have been what I was reaching for, but I don't think so. Maybe it was. Either way, it's disappointing, it's scary, and it's frustrating. So there is a let me check to make sure I have the right name of this organization. The Trans Unity Coalition. I don't know if anyone has heard of that before, but I was actually just speaking to their founder, Bree, today, and on the 30th of April, they are hosting an event where at the State House they are going to go and try to encourage, like basically lobby and encourage the representatives to remove those provisions from the bill. So we're going to try to prevent them from having these provisions in the bill. They also do work, the Trans Unity Coalition, they also do work in Michigan, I think I saw. Let me see here. U.S. expansive nonprofit. We have registered chapters in both Michigan and Ohio, and our last lobbying efforts were Michigan HB 5300 and 5303, added protections and safeguards for Michigan trans community, of which 5300 and 5303 both passed at their final second. We are playing defense in Ohio. So anyway, they've also done rallies in 13 states plus DC, and they're organizing a return rally in DC for June 15th. They do a lot more than advocacy. So seems like a really wonderful group, and I'm super happy that they are getting involved. And I've actually decided that I'm going to go to this event on the 30th. I'm going to go to the US State House, and I'm going to do what I can to advocate that they remove these provisions, these hateful provisions, from the budget bill. I think it's the least I can do, like just add to the voices that are there that are doing stuff. Um, and I want to get involved more with the local, the local organization that's keeping keeping things moving, keeping things going in our favor. And I have a growing platform, so I think that it's important for me to use it for things. So I normally don't talk about what my I don't normally talk about what oh geez. Um Chris, be mindful about sharing triggering content in the chat, please. I know you didn't mean anything bad by it, but some people might not want that. So just trigger warning for Chris's messages in chat, for people that are here. Um, anyway, so I'm gonna go to that rally or lobby event or whatever you want to call it, and try to affect some change. Hopefully, get connected with like the Trans Unity Coalition and other things. You have the right to speak up. Yes, you do, and I encourage you to, and I appreciate your right, and I encourage you to utilize that. Just be mindful that some people don't want to read very traumatic content. Like I'm sorry that you've been through what you've been through, and I appreciate you for whatever, but you know what I mean. Just be careful. Off wed. So anyway, on the 30th, I'm gonna go to that. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do the thing. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make a video about it. I normally don't talk about like what my videos are gonna be about before I release them, but I will give you a little preview. My next video will be about the lobbying efforts in Ohio and how it goes. I'll probably have some footage of the event. I'm currently trying to decide if I'm going to release the video before I go to the lobbying event, in order to raise awareness prior to the event, or if I should do a video afterwards and you know, try to do something that will, get publicity for what we did there, like in past tense. Um, thank you, concerned citizen. I'm not crying, Chris. You're just being rude and disrespectful to a public space. Okay. Like no one's trying to silence you or anything. It's just, there are social norms, and that's like what we're talking about. Yeah, so anyway, thank you all for all of your positive messages, by the way. I've been trying to keep up with chat. I've been trying to read chat. Um there was a lot of really heartwarming stuff in chat, and I really appreciate you all for the support, especially lately. I definitely found a lot of support in the comment sections of my recent video, and obviously there were some trolls in there too, kind of an unprecedented amount of trolls, but there are a lot of trolls. And so I just, your support does not go unnoticed. It helps really create a contrast to the hateful rhetoric that I see almost daily on the internet. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you all a ton. Make sure you hit the like, not a like, the like button, and keep engaging in chat. I'm going to grab my Discord link. Hold on. I have a link tree. If you have not heard about it, I'm pinning the message. So there's a link tree right here. I just pinned it. If you go to the link tree, you can find my Discord. We have a very friendly, nice, wonderful Discord, and yeah. I appreciate you all for your support. If you want to check out my other social media platforms, they're all there. I have not been super active on social media, but I'm gonna work on stuff. I've actually one exciting thing I will talk about in a second. Also, hello Evelyn, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. Tegan, hello, welcome. Did I try out Mastodon? I have not tried out Mastodon. I thank you for the reminder. I completely forgot about that. I will check that out. I will check that out. The family vlogger law. You're gonna have to remind me, or not remind me. You're gonna have to tell me what that is. What I don't know how to say it. Moshi on toast. Is that how you say your thing? Yeah, and the Linktree link is in the description as well, but it's in a pinned chat. You can see it at the top of the chat screen. Definitely the Discord's there. I will say briefly the Patreon is there. Because of the outpouring of support that I've gotten on Patreon, I have been able to get an editor. That has been really, really incredible. I wanna Moishu or Moishu. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm bad at pronouncing things. I'm American in that way. Like I'm American in a couple ways, but one way I'm American is that I don't know how to pronounce anything that's not like that. Anything that's slightly different than you know. But yeah. Anyway, so the editor has made my life a lot more sustainable. And it's been really wonderful. So thank you all very much. And if you continue supporting the Patreon, I'll continue trying to improve my content and make more of it and do all that wonderful stuff. So please, 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 I would really appreciate anyone that wants to. But also thank you so very much for everyone who's already a Patreon supporter. Like for real, it's incredibly heartwarming. Every time I open up my Patreon and I see like a new Patreon person, it really is. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know if you guys saw the video I released. Also, I just released a video today, so you can either watch it after the stream or you can watch it right now and come back or whatever. This is not going to be a super long stream. I'm gonna keep it kind of short because sunset is in like 4 hours and I really want to try to get out and get some nature time before dark. I really need to get some vitamin D and get some sunlight because it's helping a lot with the current state of affairs. Okay, so federal law proposal that is about protecting kids of family vloggers, but is actually going to result in leaving any publication that runs stories about minors, even in textual form, open to I'll wait for the second half of your comment. Brazilian Congresswoman Erica Hilton, after having her docs criminally altered by the U.S. government, said would report this crime to the UN since the U.S. can't alter official documents from another country. Oh, that's interesting, Onlu. Thank you so much for sharing that. I had not heard about that, but that's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Okay, so what was I going to talk about? There was something I was going to talk about and I completely forgot. Oh, there's the other part. Open to litigation for money. It basically says that any minor whose identity or story is used in any content for more than 1/3 of the content is entitled to a trust fund from the publisher. Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? It kind of sounds like a good thing, but maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe this chat is bonkers. Yeah, guys, you can engage with trolls if you want, but I don't recommend it. I really don't recommend it. Let's just let them be trolls. Their engagement like helps me, but you don't need I don't want you guys like crashing out or having a mental health issue because you're engaging with trolls in my chat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't ruin your day just to own the trolls or whatever. Like I said, a lot of them are bots anyway. So like you're not necessarily doing anything productive by engaging with them. I engage with trolls a little bit just because it's good content. It gets people engaged. So I do it a little bit, but do what I say, not what I do. um, kind of thing. That top looks lovely. Very ready for springtime. Thank you. Yes, it's a very spring top. I like it a lot. It's very cute. And actually, I've been losing weight lately, and so this did not used to fit, but it fits. It barely fits, but it fits a little bit now. So, um, I don't tolerate people insulting Leah and our family. Yeah, Amber, I think the bans have been decently justified so far. Like, I don't, I typically don't ban people, but when they're being disruptive, as they have been, I totally encourage it because, we want chat to engage with me and engage with the topic. We don't need chat engaging with someone who's trying to derail the stream and turn it into some, like, they're just trying to get all of our attention. You know what I mean? And, we don't need to let them succeed in that. We can just keep our vibe going without letting them, we don't need to let them throw off our groove, After watching your last video made me think about how I engage with trolls. That is a very good point. I literally just, in the video I just released, I talk about it because it's something that Marcy talked about in her interview with Dead Domain. And I think that it's incredibly important for us to think about on the left. There's a lot of, like a lot of us tend to view like Twitter as the front lines of politics and the front lines of the culture war and all that stuff. But like, you on that website, you are arguing with mostly bots or bad faith people. And like, it's not effective advocacy and it's not effective praxis to like bicker back and forth in some thread on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not like it's important that we have a social media presence and it's important that we're getting our message out there. But like, we do not need to jump into the replies and do like massive threads back and forth with someone who has absolutely no interest in engaging in a good faith sense with you. And now I understand where like if you're a content creator or if you have a platform, sometimes doing that kind of engagement in front of your audience is useful in the sense that like, it brings attention to maybe a specific argument that the other side will use, or it will bring like people that are not convinced either way. They'll see someone who's really bigoted and they'll be like, wow, I don't feel like that's right. Like, I don't think it's like appropriate to be that hateful or that angry or that divisive, and it'll push people more in our favor. But for the most part, just like be mindful of your mental health and do what you can to keep yourself living a good life, Kenzie, hello, welcome. Hi, everyone. I don't understand what happened to just equality for all. Love and weed is better than hate any day. Agreed. Agreed. I don't have Twitter, thankfully, but YouTube is where I engage. I also, like I respond to some of these transphobes in my comment section. I even said in my video that, I'm not perfect about this myself. Like, some people comment and I just feel like I need to respond to what they said, because what they said was so ignorant or so whatever that I just feel like it's a little bit important for me to have at least a single response saying like, hey, what you just said was either completely wrong or you're obviously, misinformed or whatever. But even then, like, I know that that's sort of a waste of my time and sort of just bad for my mental health. And is it really doing anything? I don't know. Is it doing anything? I don't know. I don't know about that. So, yeah. Thinking in 2025 that arguing on Twitter is worth it and help any sort of cause or belief, whether left or right, is crazy. It's an echo chamber. You either talk with people you agree with or against bots. Yeah, exactly. I agree entirely. And like if you want to do effective advocacy, then go to these rallies that are happening. Get involved at a local community level. Like, get involved with organizations. Go to town halls. Go to board meetings, or not board meetings. Maybe they are board meetings. Go to uh uh like town halls. What are those things called? Jesus. Call your representatives. I like, words are failing me a little bit, but yeah, you should be involved in some level. Spending all that time on social media, arguing with people is just a waste of time. PTA meetings, yeah, like those are important. But like the school boards have meetings. There are I'm trying to remember what the freaking actual name for things, proper nouns and stuff or whatever. I know I'm not in the right place. I'm not progressive at all, but I believe in democracy is important, freedom of belief as well. Get on the field. Do not bother with internet. I mean, hey, I don't know how to say your username, JoeCM. You're not in the wrong place. Like, I don't like people are allowed to be in my community and also not be like as progressive as I am. Like, I don't expect everyone in my community to be like a carbon copy of my beliefs or a carbon copy of what I want to put out in the world. Like, I want people to watch my content even if they disagree or even if they're like politically different than me. I think having my content reach a broader audience is important. Like, I don't want to just be echo chambering and like speaking to um, you know, like a small group of people that agree with me. Um, you know what I mean? Like, I don't expect everyone here to agree with me. Just be respectful and, engage with what you want. Like, I'm open to bad or not bad faith, geez. I'm open to good faith arguments. Like, people sometimes disagree with me in chat in a good faith way. And I love that stuff because it gives us the opportunity to have conversation about things. Like, if I say something and everyone's just like, yes, 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 then that's not really a super productive conversation. Like, sometimes it feels good, but I do appreciate when people want to bring up counterpoints and then we can address them and we can talk about it and we can, get into the complexity and the nuance of the situation. So I try to be that kind of person. Like, as much as I come across as very ideologically pointed, like, I'm obviously very progressive and I'm obviously very loud about it and vocal about it. I also don't shut down conversation. I try my best to listen to what people have to say. It's just kind of the issue right now, generally speaking, is just the lack of good faith interaction that we see in this kind of political sphere. A lot of it is like team sports nowadays. A lot of it is very much like I will defend everything, even the indefensible, because it's my team and it's because what I have to do. And it's, you know what I mean? It's frustrating. It's like, I remember, 12, 15 years ago online, people were having political debates. And of course, not all of it was productive or valid, but some of it was productive and valid. Like, there were genuine good faith disagreements between the parties, and people would have reasonable debates and conversations about those topics. But nowadays, it's like it's like Trump does something absolutely unhinged and the right defends it, or the left does something stupid and the left defends it. You know what I mean? Like the leftist politicians are some of the most inept people in the world. There a lot of them are weak and pathetic and sold out to corporations, and they have no interest in enacting progressive policy. And yet there are leftists who just fawn over them like idol culture. And then on the right, we have, kind of the same thing. Like, these right wingers don't care. They're sold out to corporations. They don't want to do anything productive for their constituents. And yet the constituents raise them up as if they are doing. Oh, I didn't even get to read. What was this person saying? Even though we're not trolls, we just heckin' love. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, those people were just being. I mean, Amber, you don't have to ban them. They didn't say anything. I mean, they were just being stupid. It wasn't. You know what I mean? spreading hate. Okay. I mean, that's fair. I just like, you know, like I don't get, I guess I just don't get bothered by people that say like stupid stuff like that. Like it doesn't make me angry or hurt my feelings, or even it doesn't really spend much, I don't spend much time thinking about it. So, yeah. I mean, you can use your discretion. You know what I mean? Whatever you think um is the right move. I trust you to moderate. So I said that's because where I'm from, sadly, the more progressive people usually prefer to stay with their own crowd and very often refuse any sort of debates or even just normal conversation, which is meh. Yeah, so Josie M, I appreciate you bringing that up, and that's something that I talk about a lot on my channel. I think it's really important. Oh, Livy's playing Monster Hunter World or World Wilds. Congratulations. I have not played that game in a couple weeks because I've just been too busy. Like when my workaholic instincts kick in, all of my fun time activities. I got like a Freddy hair like on my face. I can like see it. I can't get it though. Um, oh, I think I got it. Anyway, I haven't played it in like a couple weeks because when I get busy, one of the first things that falls off of my schedule are video games. Like I love video games, but it's one of those things that I don't always have time for, unfortunately. I would love to go full time on YouTube so that I didn't have to work like two jobs basically. So, I didn't have to do YouTube and work a full time job. That would make it a lot easier for me to have time for things I enjoy. Jackie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. You love my outfit. Thank you so much. I don't know if you got to see the outfit reveal earlier, but oh, Freddie, be careful. It's just short and this shirt and a massive bruise. I have some like humongous bruises on my leg. So anyway, to get back to the point that I was making, a lot of progressives are very insular. On the left, we have a tendency to do this thing where like if you agree 98%, but you disagree, 2%, there's division and there's argumentation, and it becomes very tense, and it's just a rough. Better to have a cat hair in your eye than in your mouth. So true. So true. It's just something I think is really bad. Your first tattoo was the FMA Ouroboros. Nice. I think that's awesome. But yeah, it's just something I think is really important. We need to try to be more open to bringing people along for the conversation. Like we don't need to, like, this is the thing that leftists always struggle with. We either cave entirely to a position, and we like give credibility to a position that's not credible at all, by trying to both sides it or whatever, or we just shut people down and go, no, we're right, no, we're right, no, we're right, and we just don't have a conversation about why we're actually correct on a certain position. And I think that that's both of those ways are ridiculously bad. So I really do think that it's important for us to try to like we should be able to make our points and have conversations about things without having to hyperfixate on whether someone agrees with us or not. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's so hard to have a conversation with cons though. They literally don't listen. I don't know though. Like, yeah, some of them don't listen. If you're online, they don't listen. Like that's why I think that we have to be really careful, because like again, online we do see a lot of like hyper partisanship and a lot of like ignorance and a lot of willful ignorance and a lot of people who don't want to learn or grow or have a real conversation. Like that's very real. But you need to know that like that's not real life. like I spend a lot of time in real life engaging with real people. And so I'm very, very aware of the like the difference between like um the hateful like people online and real people in real life. Like I've seen Marcy talked about this in the interview with Dead Domain that I covered in my video that I released right before I started stream. And it's important to realize that they're like hold on. Freddie Freddie, I do not want you. He keeps wanting to get behind me. Ow. Rude. Rude. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. In real life, I have had people learn and grow, and people that, you know, were kind of transphobic because of ignorance or whatever. I like, I've seen people change their opinions and grow and become like not necessarily allies, but like not bigoted. Like there are Trump supporters at my job who didn't know a single trans person before I met them, and now they know me and they like me, and I've definitely improved their understanding and their image of trans people. Like that's just a real thing. Hello Basetoon. Glad you like the content. Isn't there alternative everywhere for E to use skin applied gel instead of injection? There's patches, pills, gels, and injections for E. And I think there's also implants too. Wow, chat is very active today. It's hard to keep up with it. Tandava, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. The algorithm of the content is what will push the narrative of the channel content. Most of us are here because of the awesome you, no matter what you stream or video. Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. You look marvelous. Thank you, Jamila. Thought the bruise was a tattoo. When I went camping, I got a ton of bruises, and I tend to just be kind of clumsy. So you got recommended. I didn't know you before 10 minutes ago. Oh, well, I'm happy that YouTube recommended my content to you. Thank you for being here. That's pretty awesome. So thank you. Let's see. I don't know, Amber. Some of these trolls are just being stupid. You don't have to ban them. You know. You know. I mean, it's up to you. What you said about shutting people out, that's something I am learning myself. Yeah, it's hard. You know, it's not easy, and that's kind of the thing. Is like I don't know why the algorithm did its job. All I watch is farming and self-sufficiency videos. Hey, well, that sounds kind of cool. Farming is cool. Self-sufficiency stuff is cool. I can appreciate that. You all rock. 109 likes. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone for liking the stream. That's really wonderful. Can we get some gifted membies for Leah? I don't have channel memberships right now. All I have is my Patreon. I've thought about opening up channel memberships, but I'm kind of stuck with this thing where like Patreon is a better thing. Patreon is better. I make more of a cut from the like they take less money. So like if I open up channel memberships, some people will move from Patreon to channel membership. Like they'll prefer the channel memberships instead of the Patreon, and I will get paid less, and then you know, it'll kind of divert the attention away from the Patreon. Like I want people to feel like, oh, I want to support Leah's content. How do I do that? Oh, Patreon. Like rather than think, oh, you know, like, oh, we should we should support Leah. Oh, let's do channel memberships because then I make less money, and more of your money goes to corporation, which we don't want. But I've been conflicted about it because there's also the thing where like some people just do not want to do a Patreon membership. Some people do, some people don't. So like some people would get maybe a channel membership but not a Patreon or whatever. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Thank you, Tegan. You got to dip out. Thank you for what you do. I'm guessing is what you meant. I hope you have a great. Yeah, that's okay. I hope you have a great rest of your Easter as well. You watch. Sinister. You watch a lot of Dead Domain and Riverboat Jack, so it's no surprise I ended up here. Yeah. That interview Dead Domain did with Marcy was great. Did you watch the stream last night? I was losing my mind over the crab and sand story that Marcy told. Oh, was Marcy on Dead Domain's stream last night? I will have to check that out and see what they talked about. That sounds intriguing. For sure. For sure. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna have stream go for super long. Ever considered a Ko-Fi? You set it up where donations go directly to your bank account, PayPal, etc. I've never heard of that, Jackie. I've like literally never heard of that. I'll have to check that out for sure. I'll look into it. I just realized I should probably check my Patreon info to make sure personal details don't show when I give you money. Yeah, usually it shows like when people get Patreon memberships, it shows like your username. And then for me personally, it does show like your email, but that's really the only information I get is like what email is assigned to your account when you sign up, which is usually the same as the username. But yeah, I don't share any of that information with people other than the username of because like that's how I shout people out or whatever. Ko-Fi is good. Donated to a few people that way. You get 100% of the money sent through Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi is like buying a coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check that out actually. I will for sure check that out. You see your full name. Oh yeah, you need to change that. Yeah, I've thought about that actually. That like some people who subscribe to my Patreon, like I wonder if your dead names are what's listed under your Patreon info. I always feel weird about that because like I want to shout out my Patreon members, of course, but like I don't know if if the usernames are exactly what people want displayed or not. I have no way of knowing that, so it's a little weird. It's a little weird. You missed my stream the past couple weeks. Aw, thank you, Katanya. I missed streaming, honestly. It's really nice to be back streaming. I wish I could do a longer one today, but I really do need to get out of here soon-ish so that I can get I've got like 3.5 hours of sunlight left before, and actually when does the hiking place I go to close? Let me check real quick. I go to this specific nature place and they close at some point. They close at 8, but Easter might affect these hours. Oh, I don't even know if they're open. I might have to go to a different trail. Okay. Oh, I already saw a comment of someone disagreeing with me in my recent YouTube video. Oy vey. Oy vey. Anyway, real sad of what Trump is doing currently. He's setting back all the right-wing parties across the globe decades back, and Musk should be fired after all these diplomatic incidents, to be honest. I agree entirely. I think it's really disturbing what's going on in our country right now, and we are teetering on the edge of dictatorial collapse. So, we got to see what the courts do. We got to see how they respond to what's going on, and hopefully there's some accountability. Hopefully there's something that happens. Freddie, you are incessant today. Like all you want is attention. Like he does not care about stream. He wants attention. Is Trump like Julius Caesar? Well, different than Trump. Julius Caesar actually like participated in battles, I'm pretty sure. And like didn't he like lead like a war party or something for a long time? Like I feel like Julius Caesar probably had more gumption and probably more smart and more brain and brawn than Trump could ever imagine having. Like Trump is like this pathetic loser, this coward. You know, like he got out of the draft. He's a draft dodger. So in addition to the dictatorial aspects, he's poised to do permanent harm to the environment. Yeah, that's also really concerning. It's really concerning to see what could happen with the environment due to Trump. That was one of the things I talked about the most before the election, actually. Like I kept mentioning like, hey, you know, climate change is already a really big issue, and we aren't able to like we're not going to be able to stop all the damage from climate change from affecting our country and affecting supply lines and affecting all these things. But there's a certain number of milestones that we could try to meet, and we're not going to because of Trump. $2 Patreon confirmed. Thank you so much, Shia. I really appreciate you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Livy says draft is cringe, to be frank. Well, of course the draft is cringe. Of course the draft shouldn't have happened. Of course it's not a good thing. But, you know, he's a freaking coward. Like Trump tries to act like he's this strong man, but when it actually came, you know, when he had the opportunity to fight or put, you know, show his courage or do something, he hid away and he decided to dodge the draft. He lied about it to get out of it. Like the rich people were able to draft dodge, but a lot of poor people weren't able to. So it's like having, you know, forcing a bunch of people to go to war for you while you sit back and just pretend you have bone spurs. Trump might go back on his views on climate change. I don't think that's going to happen, Murky. Trump made a statement before he took office where he said something along the lines of RFK can do whatever he wants, but he's not allowed to talk about climate change. RFK somehow magically said measles vaccines worked. I don't know. I think Trump and RFK are very different people. You know, like I think RFK is much more susceptible to pressure than Trump is. Welky is in rhymes with J for future. J. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I'm not great at pronouncing things. See you later, John. Thanks for being here. Trump only really seems to care about money and not going to jail. Yeah, that is so true. Honestly, one of the worst things that Democrats did of this recent election is making it like Trump had to win or else his life would have been completely over. So, you know, it's kind of made him fight really hard. Rostia, thank you so much for the Canadian $2. Do you think the UK decision will influence the US? I think that the UK decision is in part because of the recent US election. Like I think a lot of these things are more connected than we know and think about. Trump is empowering bigoted movements across the world. Like he's empowering bigots everywhere, not just in the US. It's kind of like this emanation effect that happens with the US where something happens here and then people kind of mimic it and perpetuate it in other parts of the world. Like you can see this very clearly in Canada with the Conservative Party in Canada, because the leader of that party, Polyev, he for a long time he just mimicked Trump's exact rhetoric. You know, he's like a Trump copycat. Like he literally just followed Trump's playbook because he thought that it was a path to power. And the second that Trump took office and started destroying the country, there are people who are, you know, understandably pissed off in Canada. The propaganda isn't as powerful in Canada, so there's a lot less suckers and right-wing fanatics. And they realize the harm that's being done by Trump's administration. And so like the Conservative Party is losing power in Canada right now because they mimicked Trump before realizing how damaging his policies would actually be. You better beat feet. Be safe and happy Easter. Thank you, Katanya. I appreciate you. I don't really celebrate Easter, but happy Easter to everybody. Happy 420 to everybody. Just a happy day to you, you know, even if you don't celebrate the holiday. React to Warrior Z. I don't know what that is. Considering that my eyes blended the last few letters of your last name for a while, it's all good. People do that all the time. When people see my last name, they almost always go, Miss Pasanti. Like they almost always miss at least one I. It happens literally almost every time someone reads my name. It is super rare that someone sees my name and it's like, oh, Passanetti. Okay. Because like, first of all, Passanetti is like an Americanized pronunciation of the Italian name. Like I'm pretty sure if it was pronounced in proper Italian, it would be like Passaniti or something like that. Like I don't speak Italian, so I don't really know. But you know, it's just one of those things that we would see happen if my family was still in Italy, but we're American, so it's like Passanetti. It's like, you know, Pennsylvania pronunciation. Dun, dun, dun. Phoenix, sorry, stopped watching for a sec. Who is the he we're talking about? Probably Trump. Oh, we were talking about Peter Polyev or whatever. We were talking about Peter Polyev and how he's losing support rapidly in Canada because Trump is destroying our country and Canadians aren't blind to that. Like they actually see what's happening. They're not consuming Fox News slop every day. And so the Conservative Party in Canada is actually completely cratering. Today is a holiday. Yeah, in America, it's called Easter. Spoofer's domain. Yeah, I did that too. Typed it out as Pasanti a while ago. It happens. You know, it's confusing spelling for Americans. It's like media garbage influencing old generation. Yeah, for sure. At 70, you think there's much left to enjoy with a fast food diet? Yeah, I don't know how Trump is still alive. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Like, I don't understand how you can eat McDonald's as often as he does and not just have like a heart attack. Like, I swear it's the only reason why he's still alive is because he's rich and he probably has enough money to receive preventative care that keeps his body from completely collapsing. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate you. Hi Sam, welcome. How is it supposed to be pronounced? Passanetti. Et e. If we were Italian, it would probably be like Passaniti, but it's Passanetti because Americans pronounce things weird. Passanetti is a gorgeous last name though. It is kind of a pretty last name. You know what's interesting about it is it actually means like passed by, like to be overlooked essentially. That's what it means in Italian. So I wonder how my family got that name. Because like if you know anything about surnames and how they came to be, like people were assigned, like people's family names often come from like what they used to do for work or what they were known for or whatever. So probably my family didn't have a very uh very strong reputation for anything other than being overlooked, which is a little sad. A little sad. I should really say my last name more. Like, I noticed a lot of YouTubers say their names. Like, you watch people and they're like, I'm Luke Beasley or whatever. And they like say their names, or like, I'm Brian Tyler Cohen. Like, they say their names. I never do. And so I feel like people don't know how to pronounce my name just because I never say it out loud. I should probably do that more. Be like, I'm Leah Passanetti, blah, 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 blah. And like, whatever. But I don't do that for some reason. So Um, I'm gonna need that dementia to kick in for Trump. It already is. I mean, for real, his brain is stupefying at record speeds. His brain has been melting for like at least 6 years. Our government functioning as a glorified retirement home is crazy to me. Yeah, like the being run by old folk. I can't even remember the proper name for it, but like a government run by old people. Not really a good thing because, you know, these old people aren't really caught up on the time. You could come from a long line of well-passing trans folk. That's cute. That's cute. But that's not true. When you mentioned about your family, you can also see it as being a hidden gem. Aw, thank you. Gerontocracy, that's the word. Thank you for that. I forgot that word. I was trying to remember it. Oligarchy. That's funny. I kind of like that one more. Not gonna lie. Some people wonder what my last name means, and I'm like, it's up to your imagination. That's so funny, Jennifer. That's hilarious. Oh boy. Little do they know you just have like a bush at home in your front yard that you like care for deeply, and it's in the shape of a star. Oligarchy sounds better. It's yeah, it's way catchier. It's way easier to remember. Dementia-garchy. um I once knew someone with Italian heritage with the last name Indelicato, which means disgusting. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. They probably had a family member who was, or they had like a generation that was very unkempt. I also misread it, even though lots of people where I come from have Italian last names. My dentist's last name was Chiarini. That's a cool last name. I like that last name. Trump uses a third grader's vocabulary. Yeah, he really does. Geezergarchy. That's a good one too. That's a good one too. Anyway, I was not gonna have stream very long today. I really need to get going if I want to like get hiking and do and enjoy the weather a little bit before things get too dark outside. Hey, I eat like a teenager and I'm pushing 60 and as healthy as a horse. Well, I'm happy for you. Like I'm happy for you. And I don't mean to make fun of you for your diet. But like with Trump, I gotta make fun of him with his diet because, you know, like Maha, make America healthy again, yet he like eats McDonald's like every day. Have a great day, have fun on your hike. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um yes, the weather is perfect today in Ohio. Yeah, it's lovely today. It's like the rare lovely day in April in Ohio. Um Yeah, I'm sorry it's a shorter stream today. I appreciate you all for being here. If you have not seen the video, I released a video right before I went live. So if you have not watched that video yet, please make sure to watch it, like it. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Oh, I'm such a bad freaking content creator. I said I was going to link Dead Domain's interview with Marcy in the description of the video, and I completely forgot. Oh crap. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst sometimes. I didn't mean to forget. The video got delayed and I forgot. Okay, let me grab in the interview. Oh shoot. I just accidentally. Did my stream end or did it keep going? Because I accidentally shut out my stream window, and I'd be surprised if it okay, hold on. Let me pull up. Let me pull this up. I feel really bad about that. Feel pretty bad about that. Okay, it's in the description of the video now. Very much still live. Well, like I accidentally ended, like I clicked out of the window. Like the live stream window, I accidentally like shut it. I didn't even know if you could do that. But it's kind of wild. Kind of wild. Brad. Wad. 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 Okay, anyway, I appreciate you all so very much for being here. I really hope that you guys check out my video, watch it, do all the liking and subscribing and stuff. And I will be back next week with another stream and some more videos. And yeah. I wish I could keep streaming. I'm so sorry. I wish I could keep the conversation going. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm so sorry I had to cut it short today. Please join the Discord if you want to stay up to date on things. If you want to be involved with the community, we have a link pinned in the chat here. It's my link tree. If you open up that link tree, you get access to the Discord. And then there's in the description of the video, there's a link tree as well. Yeah. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you very much for being here. Happy Easter, happy 420, all that great stuff. I will be back next week, and I hope you all have a wonderful time. So I will catch you next time. Just do a tiny little thing for me. And that tiny little thing is to find some water, find you some water, and drink it. Drink it. Oh, Dusk says, I'm Italian and I can't relate your surname to any word I know, but it sounds nice. I looked it up on Google Translate. That's how I got my information. Maybe Google Translate's wrong. Anyway, I will see you all later. I hope you have a great one. And it's a big water bottle. It's half a gallon. 2 of those a day and I'm good. Anyway, I will see you all later. Peace out.